Hello, hello. Welcome, world. Welcome to my living room. You'll forgive me while I let y'all kind of wind your way on in here and do a little tuning and all of that. I'm hoping that I'll actually see when people are liking and commenting and all of that kind of stuff. I have no idea if I will or not. There's that, there's that. These are crazy times, aren't they? Actually, for those of you who are coming back to watch this video after the fact, it's probably going to be about 5 minutes in before I actually play anything. I'm going to close a couple of things here on my computer so that they're not getting in the way while I want you to have my undivided attention. Yay! It's great to connect with real humans. I'm used to this particular environment. I've been doing vidcasts for a good 10 years now. In fact, the first time I did a Ustream video was in December of 2009, I believe. We had moved into this house here in Lincoln like a couple weeks before that, and then we got 2 feet of snow, and everybody everywhere was snowed in. And I sang for a couple hundred people from the dining room, and it was an experience that was kind of unforgettable for my family and I, and it was real sweet. I have all these guitars out. I'm not going to play them all at once, I promise. For those of you who have been watching the Art Center's programming this week, thank you. I can't even begin to tell you what it means to those of us here in our local arts community at a time when we're all physically isolated to know that we're not alone. I learned a lot about watercolors the other day from Chris Loya, which was really pretty special. And I will tell you that I am not going to do any watercolors anytime soon, but I'm going to enjoy watching the people who have those kinds of talents do their thing. It wasn't even 3 weeks ago that we were at Franklin Park with my cousin here from Northern Ireland, with 150 friends, fans from all over the place, celebrating the release of the book and the album. And it seems so long ago now. That seems like another world. Even though we were starting to get nervous about things then, it was just different. But that's why we need the arts now more than ever, right? So I'm broadcasting to you live from my little home here in Lincoln. I'm going to wait another minute or two before I start singing, just because I know if you're like me and you're running on rural standard time, you're probably just whistling on in. I'm going to take a minute to just let you know that they are here. I have boxes of them. I have boxes of the CDs that go along with them. I have never done anything so ambitious or foolish in my entire life, and I may not ever do such again. Oh, you're hearing a little static on the video. Okay. Is that visual static or audio static? Because I've got a nice microphone here. Is it static or distortion? Let's try doing a little something here with music. And it's so good to see neighbors in here. Yay! I've missed you. I've missed seeing real people in real time. Let's see how the sound is. I could is it anybody's birthday today? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, we all miss you. Happy birthday to you. Hopefully the sound is okay. Let's see what if that fixed the static stuff. Is the static audio or video? I'm just gonna. Oh man, hello Jacqueline. It's so good to see you. Audio is a problem. It's static and not distortion. Okay. Let's see if we can fix that. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I want to get it right for you before I start singing, right? Everything here should be good. Everything on my end is reasonably well and good. Of course, I can't hear if there's any static or not. You're probably hearing all kinds of awful noise when I do that, and I apologize. And it's static. Interesting. Oh, well, allow me to turn off one thing real quick. I don't know if it'll help or not, and then I'll get to it and see how it works. Okay. And there's one other thing that might be guilty. Maybe that stupid phone. Hopefully it's not a phone thing. All right. Take a deep breath. It's time for a little music and a little art and all the rest that goes along with it. So we've lived in Lincoln here for now like 10 years. A little more than 10 years, and I've seen a lot of stuff happen, and this village has been here and persevered through a long time and a lot of time, and we the neighbors have been coming together to make sure that everybody has toilet paper and everybody has what they need and all of that, and I'm just reminded how special it is to live in a community where people look out for each other. This is a song I wrote about Lincoln, and it's from the new record. We close our road on the 4th of July for the kids to ride by, with streamers on their bikes, red and blue and white, let the judges decide. Bring a dish to share and your favorite folding chair, trying to stay cool. We read the famous words just like we've heard since we were kids at school. In my little town, renamed for Honest Abe, somehow it became where I put roots down. Graveyard stones hide more than bones in the red clay ground. These sunken gravel roads wind back in time and slowly disappear. The last dairy farm keeps holding on another year. In my little town, in my little town, when the fire breaks out and the roof caves in, when the snow's piled high, times are worse they've been. The progress of the present brings the future crashing down. Stand up with each other here in our little town. Try not to blink and miss our little town. The holiday nights, cold winter nights, herald angels sing. From door to door, My Little Town on my little Fairbuilt guitar, made right here in Loudoun County. Look for the Fox logo. That's Marty Fair's beautiful work right there. How are we doing with the audio and everything now? I want to make sure that we got the best that we can make it be here. I see all these floating thumbs up and all that going on, but I'd love to make sure the audio's okay too. Stay tuned. Okay, good. Yay! All right. I can't see all the comments because they're not scrolling by, so I have to, for any of you who are asking questions or anything like that, hopefully I'll get a chance to check back in on that afterwards. So if you've been following my work at all, you might have heard that I had a rather remarkable experience in Ireland and Scotland with my parents and my sister a couple years ago. We met cousins, my dad's family, that we had recently discovered through Ancestry.com. And one of the remarkable things that happened was they sent me home with this beautiful Loudon guitar. Not built here in Loudoun County, but made by George Loudon in County Down in Northern Ireland, and in fact, in the town where my ancestors came from, the town of Newtonards. When I got my parents to take the DNA test, I really had no idea what was going to happen. I certainly didn't have any idea that it was going to lead to this madness, but there it all is. I guess when you have experiences like that, it's more than a song for sure. There's a whole lot to be told to it. And the book is not just about my family. It's really about helping everyone discover that we all have these treasures in our chest. And it's pretty amazing to be able to experience even finding a little bit of them, We'll never know all of the stories, and that's okay. But one of the things that kind of really struck me was that when my parents did the DNA test and stuff, and we started looking at the results, I'd known that my mom, her family had come, like 3/4 of her mother's family had come from Ireland at some point, and the trail went cold. And all of a sudden we're seeing these DNA matches who are like third and fourth cousin types. And it's pretty clear to me that they live in Ireland. And so I sent a cautious couple of messages across the pond, to see if my theory was correct. And lo and behold, it's been an amazing experience getting to know my cousins. They are descendants of the same common ancestors. And in fact, one of them lives not 20 kilometers from the town where our Ryan and McMorrow family came from. And her painting is hanging up there on the wall. You can't see it very well, but it's Irish bluebells. I have a fondness for our Virginia bluebells, and to realize that they grew in Ireland was pretty special. Anyway, as I started having these connections and getting to know my family long distance, I realized that we celebrate so much of our immigrant ancestors, the ones who braved everything to come here and all of that. And for everyone who left, there were lives, families left behind. And in fact, if you left Ireland in the 1850s, it was a pretty good chance that they might never know even if you arrived safely here or not. It was kind of like, to say goodbye, they would have what they'd call an American wake, a big party to send you off, and that might be the last time anybody ever heard from you again. So this is another one from the new project, and it's called Left Behind. Or angry seas, risked everything, giving life to me, left a home they'd known for strangers sure, hope and hunger for one chance more. Irish blessings in American wakes, glasses raised to the hearts that break, gathered at the door to see them go, of the rest of their lives we'll never know. Hold on tight, storms on the ocean, hold on tight, storms on the ocean, hey, break through the door, slammed in your face with the love that remains, left behind, I never let go in my heart and mind, of all their prayers and desperate dreams, left behind, forever change once you cross that line, the great divide that nose slips from sight. The pocket in his belly is his only chance at someone else's promised land. Put one foot down in front of the other, one foot down in front of the other. Hey, hey. Climb the wall, rising in your face with the love that remains. Left behind, left behind. I never let go in my heart and mind of all their prayers and desperate dreams. Left behind, forever changed once you cross that line. The great divide that lies between the leaving and the left behind. The leaving and the left behind. Long face in the morning sun, another journey's just begun. But time is a river and the river flows through a mother's love toward the letting go. Don't turn back even if you want to. Can't turn back even if you want to. Hey, hey. The way ahead is yours to claim with the love that remains. Left behind, left behind. I never let go in my heart and mind. All their prayers and desperate dreams. Left behind, left behind. I never let them cross that line. The great divide that lies between the leaving and the left behind. 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 Leaving and the left behind. And thank you. I see your fingers snapping out there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're enjoying this right now, please do tell a few friends on Facebook. There's no need to keep our community arts right here within our community because we have a big old human community around the world, and it would be great to share it. I'm gonna do something real quick here. So that everything is going all right. Okay, good. So far, so good. So I've been thinking a lot, of course, you know, the weird times that we're living in. Everybody, from James Taylor and Billie Eilish on down to little old me, we're all doing the same thing. We're all singing in our living rooms. It's like this great, you know, we're all like floating on the same sea, and it's kind of crazy, and it's, in a way, it's kind of cool because it allows us to connect on a whole different sort of human level from our little spaces to yours. And I've been thinking a lot about those of us who make our livelihoods from people showing up at our shows and all of the other things, and especially thinking about all of the people who are in the service industries and in the food service industry in particular. Loudoun County is a beautiful place to call home. Out here in the west of Loudoun County, there's a lot of wineries and specialty farms and all of that. And, you know, I've always thought that the idea of planting something that will grow other than a 10,000 house subdivision was worth at least looking into. And we certainly lost a lot of farmland to that, and that pressure is still here. This is a song I wrote a few years ago after trucking through a part of the country where clearly that battle had been lost. And, this is for everybody who plants green things in the deep dark dirt to keep the rest of us fed. We see you. It's called One More Year. Coffee's hot, though it's not yet dawn. The autumn geese call out their winter warning. rich with soybeans, wheat, and corn, a treasure chest. Most every year since I was born. Cycles of the seasons and the rhythms of the dirt. We can't make it work no more. I can't tell you how that hurt. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days ain't never coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from? When my farm on down the road is up and gone. Winter wind, each year gets harder on my bones. Can't blame my sons. Put roots down in nice suburban homes. That real estate agent each Christmas at my door. And each year I close it wondering if I can take much more. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days ain't never coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from? When my farm on down the road is up and gone. Gambling man, he knows the odds before he rolls, but farmers' plans are acts of faith that take their toll. Begging with the bankers, pleading with the bureau man, or taking checks for fattening hogs ain't living on the land. So give me one more year before I have to face the facts that our golden days ain't never coming back. There'll still be food on your table. Will you know where it comes from? When my farm on down the road is up and gone. When my farm on down the road is up and gone. When my farm's gone down the road. Live from Lincoln, y'all. I hope that you're enjoying yourselves this morning, this afternoon. I'm grateful to have a little human interaction going on here. I'm going to make sure that I haven't like gone dead. Okay, good. All good. So I'm gonna close by having my sidekick help me out here. When I wrote the book, you may be able to see the picture up here in the upper left corner. That is my great-grandfather, for whom I'm named. He was a fiddler, born in Scotland, and he came to the United States in 1890, I guess, and he fiddled right up. That picture was at his last birthday, his 85th birthday, And I'm going to move over so you can get in the picture here in just a second, I promise. Anyway, it turns out that he was also a songwriter. And on the cover of the book and on the album is a piece of music that he wrote called Margaret for my great-grandmother. And I have to say a lot of this project started from discovering this musical DNA. So the cousin who had that picture was somebody I only met a couple years ago. And she's actually in that picture too, all of about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. And we had her here at our house to meet some other family not even 2 years ago. And to be able to play a couple of songs on this Irish guitar with my fiddling sidekick here was really, really special. And we closed out the show at Franklin Park with this, with Madeline here and Rachel Taylor on the cello. And these are a couple of pieces that I'm pretty sure that my great-grandfather must have played. They're standards from the Irish repertoire. We sort of made up our own arrangement of them a little bit. And here's what I'm going to do, kid. I'm going to twist this a little bit for you. There you are.
Oh my gosh, why is everything the opposite way?
Because it's Facebook, and everything about Facebook is backwards, my love.
What if I turn my head this way and that way?
Yes. Welcome to the world of Facebook. So a lot of us who are musicians come from musical families. I am no exception. My dad is a piano player, and he played a song with me on the record called Sons and Fathers. And Maddie and I did one together called Long Ago and Far Away, which, by the way, got played on the entire state of Kansas public radio the other day. So a whole bunch of people heard you in Kansas. I don't know what good that'll do you in the long run.
Like Dorothy and Toto probably.
Yes. Like all of that. So this is something that we worked up for the show, and I saw that my neighbor Michael and Lillian are here. Michael was an integral part of the recording and the concert, and I wish you were here in our living room playing this with us. It would be really sweet to have that big, beautiful bass of yours. So we're sending out our love to our neighbors and our human community around the world. This is a pair of tunes.
Oh my gosh,
Are you ready?
It looks so weird because it's backwards.
Well, just don't look at yourself while you're playing. And remember, you got to sing kind of close to that mic when you sing too. You ready? Okay. So this is what she gets to do when she's not in school like everybody else. Hey, so we're going to go ahead and close out the live video part. I'm going to log myself in as me and hop in the chat room and all that. Thank you all so very much, not only for listening, but for supporting our local arts center, supporting each other, man. These are crazy times. This is not like anything any of us have ever lived through, and I'm so grateful that we have art to help get us through all of it, and I'm so grateful we live in a time with video technology too, right?
And it's a nice day. Go ride your bike and take a walk or something.
Definitely do that. Definitely do that. I'll be doing the same too. So thanks again to Elizabeth and Les and everybody at Franklin Park. We love you all. Thank you, neighbors. Thank you, humans around the world. We'll see you soon.